Hi everyone, welcome to Yuva and Timothy's live session where we discuss about the interesting AI tools. Today, Kimoto-san is attending a cybersecurity seminar, so he couldn't join us. And I will be presenting today's topic by myself. And actually, today's topic, it is closely connected to cybersecurity. Well, Anthropic. You might heard about this news. Anthropic, it released a powerful new AI model called Claude Fable 5 on June 9, 2026. But only 3 days later, on June 12th, access to this model, to the model, was suddenly suspended. So today, we are going to look at three main questions. What exactly was this Claude Fable 5? And why was the access removed so quickly? And could Anthropic release it again? Well, let's see that. But before we discuss about this Fable 5, I think we first need to understand another model called Claude Mythos. Claude Mythos was Anthropic's highly advanced experimental model. It was especially powerful in coding and cybersecurity. According to Anthropic, this Mythos actually could find software weakness and help the security professionals investigate the serious vulnerabilities. However, this level of capability could also become dangerous if it were placed in the wrong hands. So, because of that risk, Anthropic did not release Mythos openly to the public. So instead, the company introduced it through a controlled cybersecurity program called Project Glass Week. These selected organizations were given the access to Mythos so that they could use it to find and fix security weakness in important software and infrastructure. Anthropic initially worked with major organizations such as Amazon, AWS, the Amazon Web Services, Apple, Cisco, Microsoft, Google, NVIDIA, CrowdStrike, and the Linux Foundation. And later, Anthropic, it actually announced plans to extend the Glasswig project to approximately 150 new organizations across more than 15 countries. So the results were impressive. Anthropic, actually they reported that Project Glasswig participants discovered more than 10,000 high severity or critical software vulnerabilities. So one example was especially surprising to me. Mozilla actually reported used Mythos to find and fix about 271 vulnerabilities in Firefox because I use Firefox regularly. So learning that an AI model had discovered so many weaknesses in the browser was quite shocking because I use this Mozilla Firefox to make payments. So when I heard about this, yeah, quite shocking. Then on June 9, Anthropic released Claude Fable 5. So this one, Fable 5, had a capability similar to Mythos, but this one included stronger safety controls and was made commercially available. So this one designed for extremely difficult and long-running tasks. This is important because today's AI models can sometimes they lose focus during the large projects. So for example, when we work with AI on a big coding project, if you experience this, you might know this. So if you work on big coding projects for several hours, the AI may become distracted and it sometimes forget earlier instructions or give inconsistent answers. So I have experienced this myself while working on a coding task. But Fable 5 was designed to work for several hours or even several days. So it could divide large project between multiple AI agents. It test its own work, and it complete the complicated task with less human supervision. So this is why many developers they saw it as a major step forward for autonomous coding and AI agents. Well, only 3 days after its release, the United States government issued an export control directive affecting both Fable 5 and Mythos 5. An export control directive is a government order that actually restricts who can access or receive certain technologies, usually because of national security or foreign policy concerns. In this case, this directive actually prevented foreign nationals from accessing the models. This actually reported included people living outside the United States as well as foreign nationals working inside the United States, including some Anthropic employees. The Anthropic explained that it could not immediately and reliably separate all permitted users from restricted users. So, therefore, to comply with the government order, Anthropic suspended the access to Fable 5 and Mythos 5 for almost all customers. This is an important point, but the model was not removed because they had failed or because user did not want them. Access was suspended because of government concerns related to cyber security and national security. And one of the main concern involved a possible jailbreak. Do you know what is that? So jailbreak actually it is a method to use bypass an AI model safety restriction. I actually learned two useful terms while preparing this topic. So jailbreak and export control directive. The government was reportedly concerned that someone could bypass Fable 5's protection and use its advanced capabilities to find or exploit serious software vulnerabilities. And Anthropic disagreed with the government's decision. The company argued that the reported weakness was limited and that similar jailbreak risk exist in many other advanced AI models. So Anthropic also warned that using the same standard across the AI industry could make it much harder for companies to release powerful models in the future. So the current status, has Mythos completely disappeared? Apparently no, because some early Project Glasswing partners reportedly they continue to have access to Mythos preview. So however, access appears to be very limited and carefully controlled. This is what they have mentioned. Other international organizations that expected to receive access have reportedly been told that it is no longer available. So Mythos has not completely disappeared, but it is certainly not available to normal users. So what about the Claude Fable 5? Anthropic currently says that Fable 5 it is unavailable. Yes, the company has also said that it is working with the United States government to address the security concerns and restore the access. However, there is currently no confirmed date for its return. It actually could possibly return with stronger security controls, more limited access, or certain restrictions based on location. But these are only possibilities. Anthropic has not officially confirmed how or when the model will return. This incident actually shows us something important about the future of AI. The future of powerful AI models will not decided only by technology companies. Even the governments are also beginning to decide who can access these models, where they can use, whether they can be provided to users in other countries. So, for users outside the United States, this is an important concern. Even when a powerful AI service is officially launched, access could suddenly change because of regulation, cybersecurity risks, or international politics. So, this Claude Fable 5 was available for only 3 days, but it gave us a glimpse of what the next generation of AI agents may be able to do. So it is also shows us that much more powerful AI future may be very close, but governments and companies are still trying to understand how to control it safely. The rapid progress of AI is exciting, but at the same time, its growing power can also feel a little frightening. So that's all from my side today about this Claude Fable 5 and Mythos 5. And thank you for watching, and see you in our next live with another interesting AI topic. Thank you.